Welcome to another daily Layla Rose transmission. Today, we'll talk about how to awaken the goddess within, which is one of my favorite topics in the entire world. I love this topic because it's so empowering, but in a very feminine way. And so the first thing to understand here, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about this, but the goddess phase is the second phase of a woman's life. So there are actually three phases. And the first one is the maiden, which is, I would say, where most of our society is. Most people are stuck within these subconscious childhood wounds that keep people emotionally in their teenage years. And usually women get initiated into the goddess phase or the mother phase either when they have children. They're usually forced into it because in our culture, usually women are not educated on this topic. And so either with children or with a business, okay? Whenever you're creating something, you're birthing something, okay? You're bringing something from this spiritual realm into the physical. You step into this energy of the goddess. And obviously there's a shadow aspect to it. I noticed that a lot of women have to awaken this type of energy usually because they have to survive, which is usually not a good thing because it creates a huge armor around the heart. And that's when we start serving our ego instead of our heart and source and God. So a specific example could be a woman who had a child with someone who is also stuck within the first phase of their life, and they're not able to step into this manhood, this new manhood. And this role of, being a father and being the leader of the family, right? That's actually, unfortunately, very common. And so women usually have to step into this energy of the goddess to survive. And so an example could be women that, or mothers that create, an OnlyFans. They're using their sexual energy, right, to get funds, money, to, resources to support their family, to support their children. And by the way, I'm not shaming, I'm just giving like a specific example. And usually what you can notice with women that are going through this, they get very bitter about men. They get very guarded, very defensive, petty, okay? That's the shadow aspect of the goddess. When the goddess is serving her heart and the great mother, and she's really connected with her body and her heart, she will naturally want to attract her divine masculine. And so to circle back into how to awaken the goddess. So the way we want to awaken the goddess is through the womb and the heart. And so by doing a lot of spiritual practices that are connected to the goddess Hathor, for example, goddess Hathor is all about the sacral, the womb space, the creation, but it's also connected to the heart. Hathor is a very powerful goddess that is here to remind us that yes, we can be powerful. We can, we can have boundaries and, actually Hathor is the dark goddess, right? So the dark goddess role is to protect the heart from the masculine shadow, from the external world, from anything. And so that's why a lot of single mothers usually turn into this type of energy, the Black Panther energy, where it's the dark goddess really stepping in to make sure that the woman is protected, that the children are protected. And so by awakening this type of energy, we can really step into our full potential or purpose, and we do it from a place of alignment with the heart. So that's really important. How to awaken her. There are many different ways. Obviously, using some form of sound healing, that's really interesting. Even it can be very simple, like placing your hands on your womb and forgiving yourself from, not having boundaries in the past, just, stepping into this energy of self-forgiveness, self-love, commitment to our heart and to our purpose, commitment to the goddess. So yeah, these are just examples, but obviously through meditation, I notice as well through breath work. Breath work is amazing to release any type of shame and guilt within the womb space specifically. It really helps, like even on a physical level, to just ground and calm and stabilize the nervous system, but also it helps to release those repressed emotions, of betrayal and sadness and grief, especially in the heart. The heart space is usually where we have a lot of grief. And so it's really beautiful when we see women step into this type of energy. And so the energy of the goddess is really about creation. She's a creatrix. So it's all about creating your business at home, or any type of business, honestly, not just at home. I was referring to myself. But yeah, so having your own business, but doing it in a way that's aligned with your life, with your lifestyle. If you have kids and you're like, nope, I'm not doing the CEO thing where I'm working 12 plus hours a day and I'm not seeing my kid. I just want to work. I just want to work, for example, like 2 days a week or 3 days a week, right? Because obviously that's very unique to everybody, everyone's family. But let's say, the goddess is thinking, okay, my ideal business would be a business where I work 2 or 3 days a week. And then the rest of it, I'm just hanging with my kids all the time or whatever. That's her stepping into the energy of the goddess. And especially now with all the technology that we have, the automation, the AI, like we can automate our businesses. We don't have to work as hard as, women used to. And we don't have to make that choice too. When you look back, women didn't have a choice. It was like, are you going to be a mother or are you going to be a business owner? It's like you can't do both. And if you decide to be a business owner, then you're not going to be a good mom because you're not going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. So now we're really stepping into this abundance of options where it's almost like overwhelming because there's so many options. But it's beautiful to see that we do have the freedom to choose. And the energy of the goddess is so beautiful because you have the light aspect of the goddess, which is obviously more connected to, Mary Magdalene, the rose. It's all about the soft, pure innocence of a woman's heart, right? Which cannot be destroyed and damaged, even if we go through crazy shit in our life. And then you also have the dark aspect of the goddess, which is not like the dark shadow that we spoke about, but it's more about the dark goddess where it's, for example, the Black Panther. That's a good example. The Black Panther is very protective, very nurturing, but yeah, she's very protective. Like if you try to go touch her kids, like she's gonna kill you, right? And so it's great to have both of these energies integrated. And so, yeah, that's the beauty of integrating both of these energies. And there are many different ways to really connect with this type of energy. And through Tantra and sexuality, it's so beautiful because there's this connection between the body and then source again. It's almost like the two can merge. But yeah, it has to be done in a way that's very sacred, obviously, and very personalized to someone, to a woman, basically. But the goddess phase is a beautiful phase of creation. And once a woman really understands and realizes her infinite potential of creativity, it's such a, I have chills now because it's such a powerful, beautiful energy of the divine feminine. And this is what we're really stepping into. And by the way, if you want to learn more about this type of topics, I have a book called Hathor, Building the Priestess Empire. And we do talk a lot about these subjects in this book. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the link in the description below. I can't even talk anymore. Yeah, that's it for today's episode. Hopefully you liked it. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow with our next transmission. Bye.